It definitely didn't. Dude, yeah, fucking middle school kids' lies.
Yeah.
The bet. That actually,
the car thing, I kept doing that into my 20s.
Really?
Yeah, me and Jake Flores. Jake used to have this piece of shit Ford Focus, and I had like a shitty '96 Explorer, and we would one time Chris Cubis, another comic, he had to like move.
Yeah.
And so he's like asked me and Jake to help him move, and within 30 minutes of helping him move his stuff, like one of us just dropped something and it broke.
Yeah.
And then we were like, ha ha ha, ha. And then we just started trashing all of his stuff in his like former apartment. We like took his bed frame and threw it through the wall. And like Chris didn't give it. We were just drunk. You know, it was like noon. We were trashed. It was Wednesday, and we were doing like a bit. We were like this would be a funny sketch. It's called like Quality Movers, and they just destroy everything. But there's no camera, so it's not a sketch. We're just trashing,
destroying shit.
And so he had this old computer monitor, and we're like, I'm taking the thing over my head and throwing it at the wall and shit, and smashing holes in the wall, and we're throwing it all over the parking lot, trying to smash this computer monitor. But so CRTs, those like cathode ray tubes.
Yeah.
The screen is like an inch and a half of glass.
Yeah, those old computer monitors are thick as fuck.
They're hard as shit to break, but inside, because the way those things work is it's this like gun that shoots electrons at the screen real fast, and that's what makes it light up, and it's like precise. But so it's got to be a vacuum on the inside. So when you finally break that screen, it fucking implodes, and it's like a really cool thing to see. So and I know that, so I was like, we gotta. I
had been in that previous situation.
Yeah. So I'm like, guys, we gotta destroy this thing, and we're trying all these ways to get it to smash, and we can't do it. So eventually we took like just the cord to it and tied it to the back of Jake's car. And then I was like riding it, and he was just driving it through the fucking parking lot, and I fell off, and he's like going around corners and smashing it into like fire hydrants and shit. But we were like,
what finally did it?
I think that did it. We like hit a curb and it popped and shit, and it was kind of underwhelming. Chris had another TV. Chris had like a 36-inch CRT.
Yeah.
That we moved into the apartment me and Chris moved into.
Yeah.
With the intention of we're gonna fucking destroy this thing at some point. Right. And there was one night I was drunk and I was like, either I'm buying PS4 or a shotgun from Cabela's so I can shoot this fucking TV. And I ended up buying the PlayStation, which is still a waste of money, but
I don't know. I think the shotgun, you would have done that.
I would have killed myself.
Yeah.
I would have done the TV, and then the next thing would have been
or you would have hit someone with a buckshot.
Yeah.
And been like, I don't know. Now you have to do a comedy benefit once a year for your friend that's in a wheelchair. Because you decided to play fucking Sarah Connor and try to do a one-armed cock of a shotgun.
What's the one that you spin?
No way, man. That's a repeater.
Yeah, a repeater.
You don't want a repeater.
Yeah. Do the
You'll
spin
fucking
thing.
blow your goddamn foot off. Best case scenario.
Yeah. We had fun.
That
man.
was those stories of the alcoholism days are pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
Austin.
No, I want to start drinking again just so I can make those kind of decisions. Man, I got pulled over one time. I had to like fly back to see my family for Christmas. It was the day before Christmas Eve. And I went out to a bar with like Joe Stats, and I had like 9 beers. And me and Jake had fought the night prior to that, so I had like a giant black eye. And I had 9 beers, and then I took a beer. Somehow they just let me take a beer with me from the bar, which is not, I don't know. So I'm driving, and Joe's trashed too, and I'm like, I have like a tall boy on my lap. And then I pass by this cop, and I'm like, immediately I'm like, fuck, shit, fuck, you're a cop, fuck. And then the cop's following me. I'm like, shit. And then there's a red light, and I like pull halfway into it, like while the light's still red. And I'm just like fucking up. I'm like, God damn it. And then Joe's like, just take a left here, take a left here. And he's like, in my ear. And light turns green. I turn left. I've turned left onto like a divided highway. So I'm like going the wrong way down the divided highway. And Joe's like, just jump the curb, just jump the curb. And I'm like, no, man. I'm like, I'm fucked, So I'm like, I'm going to jail, and I fucking just pull off in the first side street. I put my hazards on, and I'm like, I can't believe this, dude.
Wait, the cop lit you?
I pulled over first before he could light me because I had fucked up. So I put my emergencies on and I just pulled over, and I was waiting for him. And then, I threw the hazards on. I'm like, I'm going to jail. I'm fucking going to jail. But then the cop pulled up behind me and threw the hazards on. And then, like, somehow he comes to the window. I'm like, I can't believe this shit. And I roll down the window, and the cop's like, "Hey, how you doing tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm real sorry about that." And then, like, me and Joe were just, first of all, a lot of it is just white privilege. But, like, immediately I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry about that." I'm driving him home. He's giving me directions, and he's fucking trashed, or whatever. Yeah. And Joe's like screaming already, he's like just hamming up how drunk he is or whatever. Cool. And I had given the beer in my lap to Joe beforehand. He just poured it on himself and crammed it under the seat. So the cop's like, "Okay, so you know why you're pulled over?" I'm like, "Yeah, obviously." He's driving the wrong way down the thing. He's like, "Okay." He's like, "Have you been drinking tonight?" And I was like, "I had like 2 beers, I was like, I had one with like dinner and then another one, just right before we left the bar. But I'm not like drunk or anything." He's like, "Okay, well, can you get out of the car just so I can make sure all that smell is coming from him?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then still in my head, I'm like, I'm going to jail.
Yeah.
And so the cop brings me around behind the car, and he's like, "Just hang tight for a second." And then he like talks.
Just goes and just beats the shit out of you.
Yeah.
I'm going to whoop your drunkard friend.
So they talk to Joe, and they come back over to me, and the cop looked just like David Bowie.
Oh, weird.
He looked like like a Jack David Bowie.
Yeah.
Like a cop David
He's
Bowie.
like Major Tom the Ground Control.
Yeah. We've got a couple of black guys wandering around the back of the bank.
Young Americans. They were black and they were driving.
Yeah, and they deserved it. So this cop looked just like David Bowie, and like drunk part of my mind is like, tell him he looks like David Bowie. He'll think that's like cool. You'll ingratiate yourself to the cop. He's gonna be like, "Oh, for real, man?"
I love the Star Child.
Yeah. Luckily I didn't. He was like, "Okay, like I do smell alcohol." And he's like, "You only had 2 drinks," and he's like, "Are you telling the truth?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was 2. It was like 1 with dinner and then 1 just now." He's like, "Okay." He's like, "I do smell a little alcohol in your breath. I don't think you're lying to me. If you'd said you hadn't been drinking, then we'd have a fucking issue. But, he's like, I'm going to let it slide." So he's like, "What you want to do?" And he like brings me back to my car, and he's like, "You just go around here, take a right, and then, make sure you get on the right side of the road, coming around." I'm like, "All right, thanks." And then I'm like just sitting there with Joe. I'm like, holy fucking shit, I can't believe that worked. And as I was saying that, the cop was like, he was back at the window. He's like, "Yeah, you forgot your ID." And I was like, "Thanks, man." Yeah. And I really have no idea how I got out of that one.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
I was, when I was 17, we did mushrooms.
Yeah.
Me and my buddy did mushrooms, and we ran out of cigarettes. We just ate the mushrooms. We were like, we're going to need cigarettes. Because when I used to trip in high school, I used to love to smoke. Like 2 packs.
You must have been cool as hell with that.
Oh, dude, I was so much pussy. Actually, I wasn't. I had sex once in high school, and that was it. But
nice, dude.
Dry fucked a lot. So
yeah, I came in my pants a lot. We figured out that's what first base is. It's a walk if you come in your pants.
Oh yeah, I walked.
It's a walk. Yeah.
I walked a lot.
I didn't fuck at all.
But we ate. We both ate an eighth of mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
But I ate mine first, like probably 30 minutes before he did. And I ate it, and then he came over and ate his. And I was like, "Yo, we gotta go get cigarettes." And he's like, "All right," but his mom dropped him off. He's like, "I don't have a car." I was like, "Drive my car. We'll go get cigarettes." He's like, "All right." So we're taking like this back way.
Yeah.
Something, and I'm like, "Oh, I'll take it right here." And he runs a red light, like barely runs a red light. Fucking cop right behind us. We're like, "Fuck!" Pull us over. That's how I knew the mushrooms started working, because the red and blue lights on the inside of my car, and this is like dusk, so it's just starting to get dark. And it's like they were like hitting each other, and I was like, "Oh man, oh man!" And he's like freaking out. My buddy Mike's like, "I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do."
Right.
I'm like, "Just wait." So it's a lady police officer comes to the door. I'm like, "Miss officer, I'm so sorry. This is my car. I'm planning on drinking tonight, and so I wanted my friend to drive it just so I can make sure when I was sober that he could." And I was just like mushroom talking. Just like, she's like, "Okay. Can I see both of your licenses?" And I was like, yeah. We both give her our license, and she's like, "Okay." And then goes back, and we're melting down. Mike and I are melting down. I'm like, "Dude, I can't go to jail on fucking mushrooms. I'm gonna fucking die in there. I can't do it." And he's like, "Dude, it'll be all right, man. I don't know. Like, they're gonna take my license. Like, she better not look at my pupils." We're waiting for like 5 minutes. It's starting to get fucking pretty like, what are they doing? Are they calling for backup?
Right. Yeah.
You just don't know. 'Cause you just
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
mushrooms. And she comes back and she just hands us both of our licenses and she goes, "You boys are having the luckiest day of your life. There was a shooting that we need to report to, so you guys are good to go."
Get out of here.
Like he drove away, and I was like, "Oh fuck!"
I'm so glad that 4-year-old got shot to death.
It's apparently there was something at the Batman movie. You're like, "Thank you."
Aurora, baby.
A-Town.
Yeah, that's what it's known for.
Yeah.
It's James Holmes.
Yeah, James Holmes, who's, by the way, not even from Aurora. He's from San Diego.
Oh, why was he there? Just for the shooting?
You would rather?
No.
Yeah. He heard it was a really nice shooting theater.
He's like, "I heard the acoustics is awesome. The bounce off a sawed off. Really, I want to do my live album."
You ever
in
see
Aurora.
those? You ever see those theater chains that are? It's like I think they're called Tinseltown, and they
Yeah,
got this
that's
like
always great.
stupid. They have them in Texas. These like ridiculous movie theaters with this fucking,
I like to think of it like shooters do shootings like they're doing an album. It's
Yeah.
like, where are you going to do your mass shooting? He's like, I was thinking about Santa Barbara, but I feel like that's hack.
Yeah.
I want to do Colorado. Like, a lot of good shootings there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's like Columbine's the classic. Dude, how am I going to outdo Columbine? I don't know.
But
What
it's
do
not
you
about
have?
outdoing it. It's about doing your own thing with it. It's like playing with it,
Maybe dress up like the Joker.
Yeah.
That's what's so funny.
Onto something.
I could not stop laughing at that when.
What?
Well, the Joker thing that
Yeah.
the shooting happened, and it's like, yeah, he thought he was the Joker.
But that's also, that shows you so he was a med student at the University of Colorado, and the University of Colorado built 2 hospitals in Aurora to kind of like build up Aurora. Because Aurora's like it's a dilapidated suburb.
Little methy, you say?
Not really. It's just kind of, it's like, middle class. It's the evaporating middle class.
Gotcha,
the lower middle. It's
Like, have you ever seen the movie Suburbia with Flea?
no.
It's this like early '80s, like it's in the same vein as River's Edge. If you've
Okay.
ever seen River's Edge,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's got Flea in it when he's 16. It's
Okay.
just these like
Really?
punks in suburbia.
Yeah, that's basically what
but
it's
it's all worn down. Like all the houses are vacant and shit.
Yeah, they're not like, close to vacant. Like now,
It's just not what it used to be, type of thing.
you could tell it was super nice in the 70s.
Right.
All the architecture, you're like, this was really nice in the 70s.
Right.
That's weird about, like, we all live in New York, like big cities. You watch, like, I've watched all these old buildings come down and new buildings go up, and they try to update it. But suburbia motherfuckers just keep, especially in Colorado, they just keep moving where there's untouched land.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we'll just build. So you can actually see the decades.
Right.
Yeah, especially in Aurora, where you're like, oh, this was big in the 80s. This was nice in the 90s. This was nice in the early 2000s. And now it's like, the McMansions.
Oh,
so it's like
yeah.
starting to move out. So, so the University of Colorado brought in hospitals to like stimulate the economy of Aurora. And James Holmes was like a medical student there. And I think he was either schizophrenic or bipolar. But he was off his meds.
He's an agent of chaos. How he identifies.
What if he was the Joker the entire time? We're like, this guy.
They should get him for the new movie. I mean, let him out of jail, because like, to be honest, he was the best Joker. Heath Ledger was good, but
I like
James Holmes
Nicholson.
was
I'm
the
still sticking Nicholson.
Yeah.
Nicholson's like, I want to go meet the guy. I want to see how he did
funny
his
would it be
role.
if a guy shot up the movie theater acting like Jack Nicholson. You thought he was Jack Nicholson? Yeah. God damn it, Chief! I'm gonna kill all of them. Yeah.
Why don't we broaden our horizons? Lawrence? Are you playing Bat Dance?
Carol the waitress meets Simon the fag.
He's playing bat dance while he's shooting them. He's got his own boombox.
Lawrence? That's all they hear before he starts getting shot up. Party man! A new man in town! Yeah, there was like that was super fucked up. So I gotta make good to bring Aurora back into the spotlight.
Yeah, dude, and you're doing it. You're killing it right now. You just had the special drop.
You did
Album drop,
Special drop, and you're on the award-winning Paul Giamatti show.
It hasn't won any awards.
Oh,
Well,
well,
I
I mean,
hope it does.
I just thought that was just a thing you say about things.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. I didn't.
No, you
realize
don't think you don't realize those are based on
It's
actual
won some
things.
kind
Yeah.
of some kind of independent spirit award or something.
Yeah, you got to have. And if
That'd be cool.
Paul Giamatti is an award in and of itself.
Yeah, he's
He's like a little trophy.
I've won the Paul Giamatti, which is a handshake
Dan.
from Paul Giamatti.
Good to see you, Dan. That's my Giamatti.
I don't like it.
Dan, how's it going?
He's just an asthmatic nerd.
I'll tell you.
I am always about to have a heart attack.
That's almost a Richard Nixon meets Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
He, I'll tell you why I like him so much.
Yeah.
Besides him being a super nice guy, at the premiere, Judah Freelander was there, and Paul was saying hello to everybody. Then he saw Judah and lit up. He was like, Judah! And I was like, anybody that likes Judah Freelander that much,
Yeah,
I'm way on board with.
that's great. Any famous person? Any super
He's a litmus
famous?
test. Alec Baldwin and Paul Giamatti.
Oh yeah.
Alec Baldwin is the guy. Do you know Phil Burke, the kid that does he does like mics and shows around New York? But he did some bar show on the Lower East Side, and Alec Baldwin was there, and he's like, "I want to make you famous."
He said that?
Yeah, and he's like, he gave him his like agent's info, and like Phil was like beaming. He came to cabin afterwards. He's like, "Yeah, I can't believe it," and he's still just doing mics, and
He's just never heard from
2 years
Alec
later,
Baldwin.
nothing happened.
I did a movie with Alec Baldwin, and I got a picture, and that's
Nice.
all I wanted.
Yeah,
That's great.
I don't do pictures ever.
You never ask for pictures?
Well, because they're celebrities, they make me look like shit. Why would I want a really shitty picture of me?
You know why I wanted a picture with him? Because he was so nice. I was going through a breakup, and he just sat there and talked to me about it.
He
For
sucked your
Really?
dick?
Dude,
Get out of here.
we ate a plate of French fries and
Were you
gossiped about girls.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Wow.
How have you not told this story before?
Yeah.
I can't
It was
believe
awesome.
it.
He like sat there. He's like, "She wasn't for you." He'd say stuff like that. Where he goes, "I'm telling you, someone got in her ear."
Dude, how much more does advice from Alec Baldwin land than from like even your best friends?
My
Your best friends could tell you
my
something.
dead father could come back, and it wouldn't be as much as Alec Baldwin. By the way, talking about it, here's the weird thing. He was like, I went through a tough divorce in 2000. I want to be like, yeah, Kim Basinger.
Yeah, we all know about it.
Everybody knows about
You
that.
called
too.
your daughter a rude pig. Also, we know
Rude
about
boy.
that.
You called your daughter a rude boy. Yeah, be real
Yeah,
mean
Alec.
gay boy. But it was so crazy that he was just like, here's what I'm going to tell you. Don't get married before 35. He like just told me all this awesome stuff, and I was like, yes, Alec
Thank you,
Baldwin.
Alec.
Well, I feel like that applies if you're Alec Baldwin, because Alec Baldwin at 35 was right around when he started, swelling. Like he became like a very.
Oh, you're saying when he was like
Physically.
super handsome.
Dude,
and then
he-
Oh yeah,
could-
he used
yo.
to be a beautiful man, and then something happened where
he's
he
still a good-looking older
He's still
man.
good.
He's
looking.
killing it for.
He's good
for
looking,
his
but
age.
he has that thing where like some guys just start to expand. They never get fat; they just take up more space.
Yeah, it looks like they're taking on water.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Is there a
but
leak?
the way,
Check your
skin.
the way a
Little
corpse
pin.
does. It's
Yeah.
like Alec Baldwin like was on some boat that disappeared, and then he washed up on the shore 6
You're like,
months
are
later.
you a gypsy curse?
Yeah. Were you almost enslaved by pirates, by Hong Kong pirates?
Hong Kong pirates.
Yeah.
We are not African pirates. We are Hong
Yeah.
Kong pirates.
Listen to me.
Listen, I am not African pirate. I'm Hong Kong pirate.
I live with
Hong
those
Kong.
people. I live with all Hong Kong pirates. There's a
Is that
dumpling
what you
place.
call Chinese people?
Yeah, Hong Kong
what a
pirate.
great name. What a great
Yeah.
name.
Well,
Oh,
you
me and my Hong Kong pirate.
Yeah, the grandmother doesn't speak any English at all. So
Does
I
she
mean,
like you?
I could call her Hong Kong pirate. I don't know.
That's also a great band name.
Yeah,
Hong Kong pirates.
yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. And then I have to open every show with. 1, 2, 3, 4.
They got a hype man that just plays the gong.
I think I'm too Japanese.
the beginning and end of the
That's
show.
so woke.
But, yeah, I can't tell if she
Yeah.
likes me or
I
not.
love being woke.
Nothing on this podcast is woke. We don't do any kind
We're
of.
the
woke things.
anti-woke podcast.
Yeah,
You should
No.
call it the Asleep Podcast.
Yeah, my
the
girlfriend-
Sleepy Boys.
yeah.
Sleepy Boys.
We ain't woke. We ain't never gonna be woke, bitch.
Yeah, we're Sleepy Boys.
I'm on Xanax. I'm using slurs. I'm using
Those-
slur. I'm on it. The guy
Your
that
boy
walked
on
up-
telling
Ambien.
stories about white privilege, get me out of conflict with the police. But I'm acting like it's intelligence.
You know what I hate is wiggers. I can't explain why, but there's something about them that pisses me off, man.
Just why would you? They're just
Sleepy
traitors.
Boys.
I see them as traitors.
Yeah, they're
Sleepy
traitors.
Boys.
the Sleepy Boys.
Sleepy boys. Yeah, no, I can't tell if the Chinese people I live with like me or not because the language is so harsh that like I love you in Chinese is like
Yeah.
yeah.
He he rip your face off. Oh, but it was so tender. Oh, no, very no tender. He say he no like you at all. He find you to be disrespectful. Yeah, no one outworks immigrants. Like you live with an immigrant. If you live near immigrants, you're like, that guy works.
Oh yeah.
Like I remember this dishwasher I worked with at the restaurant. He was from Ghana. His name was Lasaw, and he wouldn't sleep.
Yeah.
He was this African dude, and he would like always brag that he never slept. I'd be like, Lasana, where do you sleep? He'd be like, I go to a park, I lay down for 10 minutes on the bench. I go to my next job, and then I come here. I was like, oh my God, I got 6 and I am beat.
For energy, I crush spider in bowl and drink blood.
I don't know if you know this, but I take the vapor from the dish machine, and it gives me power. I'm like a locomotive.
Yeah.
I am steam engine. I burn it.
He only gets tired when he can't find albinos to eat.
Yeah.
To kill
I
albinos
consume the whitest people in order for me to be the king. I am the king.
Yeah, no, it's because immigrants don't know about happiness yet. It's always there. I'm the shitty kid.
I don't think it's happiness as much as immigrants don't think they're worth. Or they don't feel entitled to being uncomfortable.
They don't feel entitled, and it's also like if they're a straight up immigrant, like less of the culture is really for them or accessible. Like what is the old Chinese grandmother I live with going to do this weekend? Go see the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie?
Maybe.
She's going to go see Lady Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
I don't think it's called Lady Ghostbusters.
It's called Lady Ghostbusters.
It's not a fucking
It's called
college team.
Hey, it's called Miss Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Miss Ghostbusters.
Miss Ghostbusters.
Sorry I got Ghostbusters pronouns wrong.
It's okay. Well, don't worry, it's the Sleepy Boys.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be woke.
Yeah.
But also it's that thing of like, I think even children of immigrants in an American thing is you think you have the right to not be uncomfortable. So when you're uncomfortable, you're like, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And you take that as like pain.
What-
Where like immigrants work like 100 hours and their hands are bleeding from them being dry, and they're like, well, that's not pain, that's uncomfortable.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
It's funny because I mean I live in a tenement with this Chinese family, and it's close quarters, and the hot water's off all the time, and they have no recourse. They can't. I mean, I've complained to 311, it does nothing, and they just have to live like that. They do all their laundry in the fucking shower, and they live off pennies. And
So when you planning on moving out?
well, that's the thing is like I'll tell people about it, and like even Ari was like, "Yeah, human beings aren't supposed to live like that," and it's like, but referring to me, I'm like, "No, plenty do, plenty of them do, and they're
It's
fine
actually
with
how
it."
I
They're like,
live.
how do you do that? It's like, well, I mean, the Chinese do it. And they're like, yeah, but then, they're different somehow. They're not people. And it's funny. I love, but because it's on the Lower East Side. There's all these like people like tourists will come and they'll go to the Tenement Museum and go on walking tours of the Lower East Side, and they'll be like walking past Chinese families that live in the Lower East Side, and they're like, yeah, can you believe how hard immigrants used to struggle in this neighborhood? But I mean, like the good kind of immigrants,
Not the kind that had the soupy language that we don't understand.
like the suspender mustache guys, the organ grinders, the kind of immigrants who like to romanticize. Not
Remember the guys that used to wear paperboy hats?
Yeah, not the ones that spend all their time squatting and smoking illegal cigarettes. It's contaminated with fucking Chernobyl radiation.
Russian old Moscow
Yeah,
cigarettes.
yeah. Not those kind of immigrants.
Boiling chicken hearts.
Yeah. No, but they do it. And I mean, I actually like have a lot of respect for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they've been like super cool. They kind of almost like my heart melted when the FBI came to my apartment looking for me and I wasn't there, and the fucking dad was like, even if they come back, we tell them we don't know you. And I was like,
are you my new dad?
yeah. He had no clothes on when he said that too. He was wearing his boxers, he'd eating fish eyes off a plate with chopsticks. And he's like, yeah, we tell them we don't know you. It's okay. It don't matter.
I tell them, fuck off.
Yeah.
You ain't cool
don't
with
be
me.
police. We call transporter. Send you to Hong Kong. We get transporter to bring you back to Hong Kong.
I've been hired by your Chinese family to take you over to Hong Kong. Is your name Nicholas Mullen? Well, here's the deal. I've got about 15 minutes to put you in the back of this BMW before I have the triads and the FBI come looking for both of us. So get in right now.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm the transporter.
We call transporter.
Yeah, transporter.
Okay.
I see him right there.
The casual conversation.
How you doing, Ling? Yeah, I'll come pick up your boy. Where are we going? Oh, HK. Nice. Hope you don't run into Hong Kong pirates.
That's a trailer for the movie Callback with Jason Statham.
It's just all callbacks.
Yeah.
Something I didn't get from
Jason's-
SNL.
How does Jason Statham not have a podcast? That would be the #1 celebrity podcast. That would immediately
Welcome to Jason
beat.
Statham puts together IKEA furniture. It's a frustrating podcast.
You're
All that
listening to
goes-
What the Fuck with Jason Statham.
I just go through the newspaper and go, what the fuck is that? Oh, hey, look, Donald Trump ahead again. What the fuck is that?
Speaking of Donald Trump and British guys, I saw Jeff Leach at Stand Up New York the other night, and he was doing a bit, and his rings fell off.
Did he disappear?
No. It was
just turned
it
into
was
a pile
so
of
funny though.
scarves
He
once the
waved
rings
his
were off.
he waved his hand, and all of the rings came off, and then went into the audience.
What's your policy on accessories for comedians?
It's
Harsh anti.
it counts as a prop,
Yeah.
and a prop that you don't
If you
put
have a
effort
leather
into.
band on your wrist,
You gotta go,
Yeah.
buddy.
I'm
What are you
gonna
doing?
gun for you to chop your arm off.
Yeah,
We should have machetes. Sharia law.
yeah. Wait, my friend Ruby was telling this story one time. She was like, "Yeah, when I started comedy, I would always have to have my sunglasses on my head because I wanted to be like, that's the girl with the sunglasses on her head comic." And I was like, that doesn't make
That's
any
not
sense.
how that works. This is it.
Yeah, it's not